So not only are we recording audio, but we have a video to record the people who are here remotely. So, just so you're aware of it. Okay. One more minute.
If you want to sign in, please. Should be right there. No, right by.
Yeah, yeah, so. I guess it is one? Okay. So, 32, 78, I think, but there was that one, except for just the. It's one, it's like a random, yeah.
All righty. Take what? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
And to the republic, which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So Sue is being delayed tonight, so I get to do this. All right, so first thing, Kathy, we have some resolutions you said we need to do.
Right, you need to do one resolution, in the December meeting, when we did it, we were waiting on a check, making sure we received a check back from the firm. So we were over it, so I need to do a resolution to offset the over, in that account. So the sewer account, we're gonna, that's the one that was over by $14,660.95. We're gonna take $12,207.50 out of contingency, and out of other government, we'll take $2,453.45. I need somebody to.
I'll make that resolution. Nope,
I'll second it.
Okay.
beat it, Howard.
I know, I was trying to be first.
There you go. Any discussion? All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and the second one is, a budget increase because we had money left over in, the economic development where we got a grant of $30,000 and we still had left over $24,793. So I need to bring it forward into, from fund balance into the economic development account for this year. $85.99, somebody can do a resolution on that.
I'll make a resolution.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Last thing I have is at, when Sue did pick up the payroll where she did the stuff with the organization, somehow two things messed. Mike picked up the water, where was the stipend? It was there, but Sue didn't carry it over, so there is a stipend listed of $10,608. It goes to whoever is in charge, so if there's one guy in charge, he will get it, but now we're gonna be having two guys, so then once the other ones come in, we'll be divvying it up between, so now one person will receive all that money. It'll be between three people, eventually, once they get their licenses. Okay? And then it didn't have the water part-time guys are, which you've got Mario and Andy, and they receive $26 an hour. So that's just for information. That's all I got time right now.
Okay. All right, so do I have motion to approve the vouchers? No?
Those are fine.
What?
There's a question on one.
No.
We have
Oh, yeah, question on that. I'm sorry. Yes, we do. Yes, there was a question on that one. The one with a sticky note on it. You're right. Oh, you made it. Good.
Question is, under the salt shed and comprehensive plan, there are three amounts that are $5,400 and don't know where the money is coming from on that. Travis, do you have any idea?
Well, 45 of that is coming, we got 45 from the grant. Okay, the two master comprehensive plans, Sue gave me that beforehand, so 45 will come from there. I'm not sure where I guess the salt shed, I assume Travis, you're gonna have to take that out of your garage account for now, and then once we get the money, it will be paid back.
Yeah, I'm not sure what, I only caught comprehensive plan. What was Brenda asking?
There was some money, Sue said that 4,500 out of 54 that we're looking for. We don't know where the 900 for this salt shed is coming from.
It would come out of my general and it'll get rolled back into the grant when we finish it. So it would come out of my town barn fund, because that's the salt barn's a general expense.
Okay,
We all good with that?
Yeah.
Before I sign this?
now do I have a motion to approve the vouchers?
I'll make a motion. One of us, one and the other seconded it. I don't care. I'll second it, whatever.
Oh, you're first now.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, Melissa, you're up next. Or whoever. So we have a speaker from the food pantry. If you could introduce yourself, and that would be appreciated.
Chair, our vice chair. We also had Fanny, so she's on the board as well. So first I want to just thank everybody for your continual support of the Salem Food Pantry. We've had a really great year. Our numbers consistently have been going up. We've been able to provide everybody the food that they need, no problems. So the newest thing that has come up is that St. Paul's has asked us if we could be out of the building by June 15th. Yes, so we're just here giving that information to you guys to say, you know, we are exploring options right now, looking for an alternative place to settle and put our roots down.
And we've also written a note to St. Paul's with a counter proposal.
Okay. So you're just informing us of what's going on there.
Just to, you know, if anybody has any suggestions or just to, so that the community is aware that we are, you know, exploring our options and we're looking for either property or a building or something that could work to house us.
So what is St. Paul's feeling about just that the building needs a tremendous amount of repair and
We don't have
A lot of
restructuring. They just said that they're restructuring their campus. So they're unable to host us anymore. So we appreciate the 15 years that they did give us.
okay.
It's not that far away.
It's not that far away, so, yeah.
Which is why we wrote the letter asking if they were a little bit more flexible with
Okay.
that date, just to see if we can not jump into something that we don't think is a great fit, but it's a short-term solution.
Okay.
Because I'll be honest with you, we talked about this when they talked about doing like a rent thing a while back. Like we have not they're empty, but we have bays for a temporary thing. That was just brought up. I'm not sure if with electricity that would hold it or not, because it's pretty fragile in there, but it was just one of the ideas that we came up with as a group here, so we had to take the drama of clubhouse, but next one, but.
Do you have anything that you're looking at or has come up that you're considering now?
We have a couple of properties, nothing is really set in stone, we're still in that planning phase, since we did just get this letter last week from St. Paul's that gave us the deadline. So we're getting in touch with either the property owners or those who have any connection with the property owners in hopes that we can find somewhere to
Right.
stick down for a bit.
Okay.
Are you thinking about building or does it already have something on it?
Most of the places are already established buildings. There are grants out there for building purposes. So if we were to find a piece of land, we could potentially get a grant to build a permanent building for us to live in for the rest of forever.
And you wouldn't need a very large piece of property. And just like a simple structure, like a simple Morton building type structure would be fine as long as there was heat and cooling.
Yeah.
Would there be money for renovation? You think?
Yeah, and with grants as well, yes, there's always grants.
Okay. All right. Anything else? No? All right. Well, thank you for your information. All right. So I guess we're down to the minutes. Do we have the minutes, Pat, for the?
Certainly December 11th. I know doing taxes, so.
Okay.
When I can get them done.
So has anybody?
And I did send those a while ago.
Okay. Any question about December 11th or?
I don't think there was any questions, as I looked at my and see.
Okay. All right. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for December 11th, 2025?
I make that motion.
Second? Oh, you weren't there. All right. Second. All right. All right. Any other discussion? All right. All in favor?
I,
Okay. And so we haven't had the other two. All right.
okay,
So-
I had to do because Sue's not here. Right, I don't think you can do it.
What?
Because we need. Well, we can when she comes back. Bring up then.
Well, Howard, have you looked over the minutes from December 11th?
Yeah,
So
but
we
I
could
wasn't at the
approve them?
meeting. I don't think.
But you have.
don't think I was-
Are you video?
We'll table that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, there's no rush on it. All right, so Highway Department. You're up, Travis.
I don't have a lot for this month. I'll have my bids for next month to go out for screening winter sand, gravel, topsoil. I'm gonna try to have my 284 ready. Exciting news, the 25 truck, we picked that up last week. Hopefully we'll have the paperwork to be able to pay for that and register it by next meeting. 26 truck is in, as you all know. Tentatively, the body's supposed to arrive sometime in February, so maybe we would have it by April or May. I'm not holding my breath on that. And we now are running 3 live edges. We just got the 3rd one on last week, which is helping keep the pack off the road, scrape them better, and use less material. We've had
Travis,
one that. What's that?
What is live edge? Just like a rubber edging out or something?
Nope. So these are a steel carbide combination that are in 1 foot segments and they actually flex with the road. So as the road has a contour, this 1 foot can tip this way, this 1 foot can tip in. So it like would clean where the wheel rutting is or the humping is. They move about 3 inches. We've had one that we've been experimenting with for 4 years now, and we added a second one at the end of last year, and they work really well on the blacktops. And this year the dirts have been frozen enough, so we've been using them on the dirts as weather permits, and finding that it's cleaning the dirts much better than a regular straight blade. Definitely can't use them if it's at all soft because they're very aggressive, so they'll dig and hog. But we have our rubber plows for that. So as it softens up, then we switch back to our rubber edges, which is what we used yesterday, which we've had really good success with over the last 3 or 4 years too.
All right, thanks.
Yep. You want to do water while I'm right here?
Yeah, what about the one up at Warner's? Is that the one you're putting together for you?
Warner.
truck.
No, that's at Wing. J&S Transportation.
Oh, okay.
Yep, we took the 13 truck up when we got the 25 truck here and knew that we could use it, and the body got set on it today, and I'm hoping by the end of the week they'll have that finished.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, water, please, go underwater.
Water's been pretty quiet. We have been archiving some old files, 10 years
Resolution for Kathy.
back, getting them boxed up to go up in the archives
Been doing that.
with Al, getting all that stuff inventoried. We've been cleaning on the shop. We're going to attempt to do a parts inventory this winter too and get that a little better organized so it's easier for Andy and Mario. I got the DEC water withdrawal permit emailed the other day, so Mario and I are going to get that done. And I think the deadline's March 31st, but I'm going to try to have it in before February 1st. So that's done. And we've done our quarterly testing. We will have our quarterly iron and manganese is a month early this year, according to our schedule from DOH. So that'll be February instead of March.
Okay, I'm gonna hand it off to Sue since she's now here.
Thanks, for taking over. I apologize for being in a few places at once. But it was good because, we gave a distribution check to the Salem School for hearing and eye, equipment from Salem and Mary McFarland Foundation. So they'll be able to have the equipment they need in order to do assessments on kids and, adults. It goes all the way up through. So it was like about a $9,000 total donation to buy that equipment. So there's always things that need to be done. So here we are. So you've done highway and water.
Yep.
And we're on town clerk.
Yes,
Yep. Yeah.
Travis, the truck you took out the Scotch Laws, the Western Star, the box is coming off that, correct?
What's that, Scott?
The Western Star truck is the one you took the Scotch Laws?
Yep, the 13. That's the one that the stainless box is coming off and going on the
And
O2.
then
Yep.
that's gonna go into surplus inventory and be sold, correct?
Yes,
The Western Star, okay.
yes.
When the 26 comes in and we get that outfitted, does the 22 go up for sale of that? Cause I'm stepping
Nope.
into this blind. So
Not
that, then we're
until-
gonna rent them out.
Not until the 27 truck will replace the 22 truck.
Okay. Just wanted to
Which-
clarify that. Thank you.
Yep, nope. And I'm gonna, Sue had asked me to redo and update the capital plan. So I think I'm gonna try to do something maybe with Tom on a spreadsheet better than what I'd done before. To show that, but we're one truck away from being over the hump on the big trucks. And then the O2 truck will stay as a permanent spare as long as we can keep it alive. I'm hoping minimum 10 years.
Yep, very good.
Thanks for taking care of the Christmas tree today.
Yep, we did pick those up today and got the barrels.
Yep, thank you.
Any other questions, Scott, for?
No, that's it.
Okay. Over to town clerk, other than,
I think December wasn't a very big month, maybe $230.
mhm.
Sure. November was a little bit more, I think.
And in the middle of tax season.
Well, yeah. If the post office will deliver mail quicker than 25 days, we might be in the middle of tax season. That's gonna be a big issue for the interest and penalties. Because the bill say December 31st, the county wouldn't let me put February 2nd, but you do have until February 2nd to pay, because the 21st of January and the 28th of February are both Saturdays. But the post office has informed everyone that they have no clue where anything's gonna get postmarked, wherever it goes to will be the mark. Plan on 10 to 15 days before that mail gets back to who it's supposed to go to.
maybe.
So that's progress. I will be out on my horse collecting and delivering. Because I could do it faster than 15 days.
Thank you.
And you can all video.
Thank you. So the courthouse, Beth, you want to?
Hi.
It's up to date?
I'm Beth Hewlander. I'm the president of the board of the Historic Salem Courthouse. I haven't met you. No, I'm just directing it to you. So yeah, just quick update from us. Ended the year really great. Fundraising went well and we ended in the black. We're, finalizing, closing everything out, so I'll have a 2025 financial report to share with you, at the end of this month. And then we're kind of quiet in January, but we're doing a lot of, kind of reorganizing on the board and, writing grants and making plans for the year. So our first, event will be the end of this month, and it's a free concert. And Marissa said to tell you, just keep checking the website. She's putting things on as she gets them planned. But this year we got a grant from NISCA, the New York State Arts funding source. And that is going to allow us $5,000 to pay artists. So we'll be able to have more free concerts this year and possibly other workshops. We're not exactly sure what we're gonna do. But it's just really nice to have that funding that we can make sure the artist gets paid, but we can offer it free to the community. And then we're celebrating the 20th year of Lunch, Learn and Play at the courthouse. So that's wild and exciting. And check the website. It'll be a full year. I'm a little worried about it. We'll be very busy. Yeah.
Are you working on the 4th?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Very
So,
cool.
Fourth of July parade, yeah. If anybody's interested, reach out on the rest of it. But yeah, she's running with it.
David Wren talked to you already, right? About their reenacting group. And I mean, they have already committed to being here on the 4th, so I believe so.
And the Rotary Club is helping organize this year as well.
Okay.
So Marissa will have some extra support
Super.
this year. Yeah, there'll be good.
That's great.
Yeah, so send your ideas.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. With Georgie?
We're on hiatus
Yeah.
for 2 months. This year, we're probably not gonna have any, events per se, there, because we're just restructuring ourselves, trying to get the museum more open to people. And focusing on it, the place itself.
Yep.
So, a lot of work to be done, but we don't meet until next month, so.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, everyone got the Salem Fire Department? Is anybody here from the Salem Fire Department?
We had
We got everything.
an email
Yeah,
today
yeah, we got the report. We also,
in the rescue squad.
and rescue squad came through. And they're working really hard, all of them. And as always, it seems to just increase. The numbers are increasing. When they're going out, the education increases, the cost increases. So if there's any way you can say thank you to any of them or let them know how much we appreciate them, because it's not easy doing any of those 3 things. You never know exactly what it's going to lead to. They're all volunteers and they do a great job. We're very fortunate to have them. So a thank you goes a long way. We have a new assessor in the town of Salem. It's Bobby Stone. I'd like to introduce you. She has her hours in the town office from 3:30 to 6:30. And I'm going to pass it over to you.
So I just wanted to talk briefly about star exemptions, star credits. The state has taken over everything. Beginning with this upcoming tax roll 2026. They've already sent letters out to homeowners and there's been a lot of issues with property owners thinking that it's a scam. It is not a scam. You have 45 days to basically to make your income. I've had it, you can do it online or you can do it by calling the number. I've gotten reports both ways that online doesn't work. If you don't have an email address, it's not gonna work, you can't submit it. And apparently they don't answer the phone. So that's the thing, so I do have worksheets that I printed in the office that can either be mailed to, Department of Taxation and Finance, or they can be faxed. So. I'm happy to help anybody fill those out, we're just kind of on crunch time, so they've given 45 days, so.
So these are new exemptions for
No,
some,
they're old.
everybody has to
They're taking
redo it?
everything over, they took it all over the state.
Okay,
So basically, I think that for the most part, the majority that are getting the letter from the state don't file a tax return. So they cannot verify their income. Which is most, on the older end of our seniors, and a lot of them also don't do internet or email.
Mhm.
Which is problematic.
Mhm.
But I know a lot of relatives have been trying to help, their grandparents or whoever their parents, and they're having problems with it too. The big thing is that the website doesn't, when you're trying to fill out the income, if you don't get like a wage, so to speak, and so it should have nothing in there, it doesn't auto-populate a zero. When you hit calculate, it should auto-populate zeros, it does not, you have to actually fill them in. So,
so these are, but if there's a problem, they're gonna send you a letter, you're saying?
No, they did.
They did
no,
already?
they already sent that.
Oh,
The full nice letter that they sent says, do not contact your local assessor.
So what we're saying is,
Contact
please
your local
contact
assessor.
your local assessor.
And I filed a tax return and I got a letter.
okay.
It's not for basic though, it's just for your.
I think they're
Yeah.
leaning towards basic too.
Because they took it all.
That have gotten it, yeah.
So you can go on, is there a
Yeah,
website? you
give
can-
you the website and letter.
Oh, but I mean, if somebody like myself who didn't get a letter and I want to check and see if I'm on there appropriately, can I check my status somewhere?
You can't do it.
You can't do it?
In the system, you have to call.
And they don't answer, okay.
Yeah.
So much for that.
You didn't get a letter, you know.
And backtracking, Bobby is in the office on Wednesdays from 3:30 to 6:30, if you're more comfortable in going in person
Right,
and making sure that it is done correctly.
yeah.
So, okay. Thanks, Bobby. I appreciate
Is
it.
that on the website, your hours?
Probably not.
Okay.
I've been trying to update it, update the website.
Jeff Wednesday.
Yeah, right. You can look for the Saturdays too, I have it Sundays.
And Bobby, your corner looks great over there.
Well, thank you, I work very hard in the winter.
No, the whole room looks great.
Yeah. So if you need somebody to clean out the maze.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to, it's discussion, I'm here, you can't throw me under the bus.
So, Tim, do you want to do planning?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was actually. So, wondering if you guys, Ken,
Ken Wardwell.
yes, we intend to be reappointed for a 5-year term. There's nothing in the drawer right now. The meeting is next week, but the only thing I got was a nice calendar from CT Mail.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna check just to make sure, if we don't have anything on the agenda, we won't be having a meeting. So I will keep you posted, so you don't make the trip down.
So you're having the meeting early? You're having it early, next week wouldn't be the fourth week.
It's because it started on the first month, started on first for me too. I hate that because
I know.
the fourth Thursday comes a lot quicker. So, yeah, if I got like, oh my God, whatever the calendar. We didn't have a meeting last month, so that's why I didn't get any meeting minutes this month. And other than that, I'll just be reviewing some stuff with battery storage. If we do have a meeting, that's it.
Thank you. Just a question. Do we ever get anything with zoning? Where are we at with zoning in the village? I'm curious because there's,
There's been no activity that we needed to, everything that's happened in the village has been, which we don't get a lot, there's not a lot that goes on, but everything has
than under the zoning law, so we haven't had to, so we haven't had the ZBA.
That's what, that's correct.
Which is.
Yeah.
In a sense, I guess, good, because that means everybody's in compliance and we're not doing anything outside of what the zone. But speaking of that, I did take a look at the zoning law, if I can have 2 seconds on that, with regards to Tom's plan.
Mhm.
Something we really look at. That is not, a permitted use. Because there are no parks in that zone. However, there are 3 kind of parks. We have the Veterans Park, we have the Revolutionary War Cemetery, and we also have the Carnival Grounds. So why that was never put as a use back when the village implemented, we just kind of, the town dissolved, the village dissolved, the town just kind of used the village's zoning law. So something you may want to look at, or maybe the planning board can take a look at it too, because it seems to be silly to me that you have 3 established parks that have been there since, I mean, the Veterans Park not as much, but the Revolutionary War Cemetery's been there a couple 100 years. And the Carnival Grounds have been there as long as I can remember, since I was a kid. There's only, 25 years ago.
Mhm.
And so something to think about, because it isn't a permitted use, it's not an accessory use, so therefore you would want to get a variance from the zoning board of appeals, so.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It seems silly that that isn't a use of something that was established well before the law went into.
Right. Maybe we can correct it for the 250th. Sounds so regular.
Yeah, I think it would be something to look at, because it just seems, it's not, you're not doing any spot, the stuff is already in place, why isn't that part of that?
And we can bring that to the master comprehensive plan, because those are the types of things that you catch along the way.
Yeah, take a look at it, because I didn't notice that.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's just a little bump in the road.
That's right.
That's it.
I'm sure there'll be lots of bumps. Lots of,
So I'm done.
okay.
Thank you very much, Kim. Okay, so just one quick question. You said 5 years, 1/1/2026 to 12/31/31. 30.
We did that at the last meeting.
Yeah.
Did we do the resolution though? I don't think we did.
Mhm.
I think we discussed it, but I don't think we ever made.
You didn't make the, you didn't do it because it was at the organizational meeting, so it was no rush, because.
Yeah, I think we've got to make a formal resolution.
You got to make it formal.
So we'll do that later. Okay,
Okay, that's it.
thank you, Kim.
Do you need it to be a resolution? Because I don't, if it doesn't need to be.
I think it's just, you're just a point, I don't, that's a.
It's appointment.
Appointment to a board.
Okay, so we're gonna go on. We'll do the Bancroft Library next.
I think this way. I'm sorry.
Bancroft Library.
Is there anything? Not for this meeting, but that's just.
Right.
For the trust, we do have stuff on the,
Yeah.
and
So,
everything's great.
yeah, everything's good, right?
All good.
Dog control? Did we get anything from Nancy?
No. Yeah, yeah.
I asked her for one. I haven't seen it. But I have asked her for it, so we'll see on that.
I'll see if I can get her again tomorrow. I didn't get her today.
Okay, as Larry Haber is not here. For the Economic Committee, we did meet on Monday. And there were some really interesting things that came up. That there's like, one of the committee members suggested that we try to work towards getting bands in the summertime like they used to do for the Salem Farmers Market and to play in the gazebo. And actually bring in maybe a town-sponsored truck. Food court type of thing around the gazebo to bring, that part back a little bit. And, the food court trucks are actually, they're well received. People love them. Something to think about. So I'm not going to go any further because you will get the minutes from Larry and he will update you on that. Municipal Sewer, we're back to having our first meeting on January 27th. And so you will be getting more information on that because that will be back posting. Public comment, is there anyone here that'd like to add to the meeting? Or have questions or thoughts? Melissa, you got here. Glad to see you. I'm glad you're not on Zoom and you had a chance to talk. And Kayla, did you have a chance to talk?
We talked together.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So if we're going, yes, Mike?
What is the status of the old jail
The old jail? You mean,
between your courthouse and the kitchen?
in there is, lead on the bars. And so when the code enforcement came through to do the review, no, they do their annual review. They had suggested, and correct me if I'm wrong, Beth, they had suggested that there's no public entry into the jail part because of the lead. So that's kind of where it's at. To remove that lead would be astronomical. I'm sure people have, I have gone in there at my own risk. Wasn't intentional, but that's what I've done, because we used to store things in there. But now there is no more storage, there is no more activity. And then on the doorways, a thing, no public entry. So that's where we're at. That was,
Basically, it's
well, we could certainly work towards getting the lead removed. The jail. It's, have you ever been there? Want to go on a field trip? Okay. It's there, the kitchen is fine. That's all, meets all the DOH requirements, ag and market requirements, all the licensing requirements. Just the jail. The jail is where the lead is. It's on the bars. And the bars actually are a structural component to each floor. So the weight from everything rests on those cell bars. Yeah, so maybe 30 years down the road, maybe next year, I don't know. Maybe they'll think about what they want to do with it. But it's going to be.
just a suggestion.
Yeah.
The guy costs money, but we get started on the door, thanks for everything.
Yeah, it is, that's the jail. I mean, in order to store food there, it would have to go through a lot of review, but it's a good idea, Mike. I'm not saying it's not a good idea. Believe me, I've thought about that jail 1,000 times. And what could it be used for? And how much would it cost to get there? We can certainly, are you willing to look into the cost of removing lead?
No, I know I did a great job. It's just specialist in that.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Millions. I did a demolition estimate on a building that hasn't lead asbestos, not like that. And it was demolition. It wasn't taking lead off bars. Okay.
5,000 just to take the phone off the tops.
Well, this was $1 million in the court.
Yeah.
And it was concrete blocks. Just exterior perimeter. No roof. So it's something we can think about, but
It's option or is ceiling
encapsulating.
encapsulating?
Um,
I don't know, that seems like it might be a
Yeah.
cheaper.
Yeah.
Solution.
and so encapsulation does pass muster. I don't know if it would with food. But I don't know. It's something that we can look into. I don't know. Any other ideas?
Could I get a field trip sometime?
Oh, anytime, yeah.
Anytime, just stop up.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I appreciate it.
We'll coordinate, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And if anybody that hasn't been there, now's a perfect time to go because the what's going on at the courthouse, it's sometimes it looks like there's nobody there and then there's hundreds of people there. And so every day is a different day. And you're doing a great job. So thank you, Pat. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions from the public?
I can like, that, how many rentals do you have in your kitchen now?
So because the year just turned over, we haven't reached out to renew
Oh.
last year.
Okay.
But we ended the year, I think we had 14 renters. And I think Patty was saying probably, like at least half of those she was expecting to come back this spring. But we are looking for a kitchen manager, volunteer. So, yeah, so people will be starting back up, like,
So,
probably
get it
late
back in.
February, March, to get ready for market and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's.
When you're there.
Yeah, any other questions? So let's go on a field trip. Great idea. Sounds like fun, okay? I'm gonna go backtrack. Tom said the minutes of December 11th, 2025 have been put out, and we can make a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll do it again.
Thank you.
I'll do.
And I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, thank you. So those are approved. Okay, old business, New York State DOT sidewalk Salem pedestrian connections. The update is we continue to work, and hopefully that area from West Broadway to Railroad Street will be restored and redone spring and the summer. I'm trying to work with them around the 4th of July parade. So now we're at that point of, we don't want it all torn up for the 4th of July parade. So we're working towards that. And going the master comprehensive plan update. We've had many state meetings. I have one at least once a month. And then we went into the public phase of that for last month, and it generated great conversation. People are bringing together old local laws, and if anybody has a copy of the general development law, not law, plan of the village of Salem, I'm trying to find it. I know it's white and green on the top. It's got a,
I think I have that.
do you have that?
Okay. I think I have this from way back. So what's it? It's the what though? It's the.
It's called it's the Village of Salem General Development Plan. And I think it's probably was done in the 80s, 90s, maybe.
Yeah, well, it's when I was on the board, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
that would be,
Archives it.
okay. I have not been up there. If you could, that would be wonderful. Okay, because that's, I mean,
I can see it in my head.
I can too.
Should be there.
Yeah. Thank you for looking. So anyways, the next one is January 21st from 5 to 7. The committee is a group of from young people to people that have already done this before. And Allison Gaddy's there from Lake George Lake Champlain Regional Planning, because they're the ones that submitted the $73,000 grant. Also, Labella is also there, and that's Norabelle, and she guides the multi-factored conversation that is occurring, because you've got Shushan, you've got Salem, you've got agriculture, you have cultural arts. There's a lot of unique characteristics to our town, and we want to make sure we capture every single bit of it. So that is, plus we want to look ahead. Where do we want to be in 20 years? So that's what's happening in that conversation. Great meeting. Really, if anybody wants to come, their public's invited.
And that's here, right?
That's here in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So grant update. I met with Kathy. We're going to work towards Travis. Is Travis still on there?
Yep,
Yeah,
I'm
hi,
still
Travis.
here.
Okay, so we're gonna work towards, if we don't have this, ice and snow every other day and every night and blah, blah, blah. When Travis is able to, he's going to get together the paperwork so we can submit and receive the last payment.
In-kind
it would-
services is the only thing I have left, Sue.
That is great, Travis, because it all matters and it all goes towards the total. So
Yep,
if you can, thank you for doing that. So it's being well used this year with the salt and the sand, and if anybody doesn't know, Travis has put a sign next to the outside gravel sand pit and it says for public use, and he's stirred up the dirt there. So you can put it in your bucket and you can take it home with you. And that is the location of the, and it's for public use, town of Salem, public use.
It's
Travis,
at the
have people been
southern
down
end
there?
of the old pile, Sue.
Okay. The old pile next to the highway barn.
Yep, the southern end.
So thank you for doing that, Travis. It makes it a lot easier for some people that need to have, with all this ice, it's been necessary. So Hudson Greenway Grant is the one that we started with, Washington County EDC grant award. That was the county, and they would only go forward if we took lead agency as the town of Salem, and the board said that the only way we're gonna go forward was if it didn't cost us any money. So the only way to do that was supplement that with another grant, which we received in the Hudson Greenway grant. So the total cost of that is $62,000. And we will have a meeting on, I talked to Laura Oswald about that today, how we go forward with that. And that is for Northeast Rail, which is a not-for-profit from Route 22 to Thompson, New York. What they will do is they will go through and figure out ownership, right-of-ways, deeds, and potential future use for design, and how that can support the actual transportation of Bantonville Railroad. It's a symbiotic relationship where the profit margin that would come from Northeast Rail will help support the other railroad, and they could use that support. So this is really good for Salem because Cargill and Caravelle all use those tracks, which we have employment there and business there. So it's a local business. Any question on that? Everybody got that? It's a little complicated, but this all started with Cargill and Northeast Rail. And we have these empty buildings here that, again, are not doing anything. It'd be nice to have them bring in some revenue and
This, the feasibility of repairing the tracks to run trains on it, or is it?
No.
Hiking trail or?
Yeah.
Oh,
it is, these tracks are gone.
right. I didn't know if they were-
No, but the railway bed exists. Okay, and so if you go from here to Thompson, New York, there's some, I mean, they've actually brought in Highlanders down in like Thompson area. And those Highlanders are the parts that are, they do have tracks down there.
So say,
So, some areas could be walking past, some areas could be, this Highlander, so some could be actually, there's a storage barn in Greenwich that they still continue to use through, Batco Railroad. And, so for the town of Salem, or in my mind, from behind the school to Route 22, and eventually possibly being able to get Thompson, but this area here is underutilized. And as a town, we need to utilize everything we have to keep our budgets where they are and not continue to go up. So we've got to start.
so are we in contact with like, say, Jackson, Town of Greenwood, are they involved in this at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Town of Greenwich is, Northeast Rail is, who is the guy that runs the Banfield Rambler?
Tabor.
Bill
Bill
Tabor.
Tabor.
Bill Tabor. Yeah, Bill Tabor's there. Max Sanders, Jack Waite. It's, when you go there, there's about 20 people there that are discussing how this will go forward. And this is the start of that, pushing it forward. The design was thought of a long time ago, but all of a sudden there was nothing that happened. And so this will get that reactivated.
There's a group up in Rutland. And a gentleman came down and talked to us last year, I think it was. And they're trying to promote the rail trail because it goes all the way from Rupert, all the way to Rutland through Granville like that. And they meet regularly and they're looking for a Salem representative to, see if we can connect somehow to.
So this will get started. So that's where we're at. And if anybody wants to, There's about 3 committees that are going through this. And if anybody wants to join me, they're more than welcome.
Who owns, like the right of ways from here to Looper? Did that get deeded back into properties or does the railroad still own that?
The Batco, they do not own the property. Northeast Rail owns to about, it's like about where the electrical houses and Stewart's. There's 3 different owners through there. Okay, so the other part that goes from here to Rupert is owned by somebody else. I think it's Historic Park and Recreation through ESD.
So there's access to this.
Well, there's not access to it because there's a lot of it's private land. Right, so that piece there is not part of this.
Well, it's kind of, there's controversial because it supposedly went to Parks and Recreation. And it's been, argued by some property owners that it should have reverted to the original property owners. I don't think that was ever settled, though.
So we know, we gotta look through it to make sure where, who owns and.
Well, we're not going there. Yeah.
Salem, that.
Yeah, we're, I mean, this is very clear boundaries. And it's really interesting because, quite frankly, when we started digging Meadow Deep, we found out that the railroad station was actually owned by, is it Canadian Pacific? Okay, and so that deed, that's what happens is these exposes things that haven't been done in a while, just like Kim talking about, whether parks aren't on the, okay, all of a sudden you find out things. Well, this building was actually owned by Canadian Pacific. When we sent them a letter and said, you own this, you should pay taxes on it. They donated it to Northeast Rail. So it was quickly solved. Yeah, so anyways, unless anybody has any more questions.
Who's responsible for taking care of the tracks that are absolutely atrocious on West Broadway?
Oh, that would be Northeast Rail, that's their tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people lose tired, like.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Yeah, I can bring it up at committee, and see what they.
Because the county has come and put stuff in there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stay.
No, it won't, yeah,
At all.
it's a big project.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how much the one cost on Route 22 in Chisholm. You'd be shocked at how much that cost.
Well, that is just great. Now we wouldn't have to stop at the buses because again.
Yeah.
For something that is a tracks and all here.
I'll bring it up in the Northeast Rail Committee and see what they can do. So. Okay. Yeah, it is interesting. And I mean, the first thing is finding out who owns the property and what the deeds are and who they go back to. That research takes a long time.
It was very contentious, decades ago, and I think the state went away at some point and their hands up, so.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the whatever they needed to go forward and go to, because it's all private.
Yeah. It's amazing. A lot has happened, though. There are a lot of trails that have been completed. And I mean, like you look like along Fort Edward and the canal system there, Pollitt to Granville, I think it's been completed. So it's not, it can go both ways. This one actually became, no one wanted it. And so that's where it stays. But at this point, here to here, it would behoove us to look at it because they it will support local businesses and we need business graphics.
Anyone know what's stored in the trailer down through East Greenwich?
They're empty. They're empty.
Okay.
Yeah. We asked questions about that.
I don't know what's happening.
I believe it. Scott?
You don't know.
Yeah, that became a big ask. Jay and
They don't want it in the city, they brought it up here before.
So, moving forward, we talked about like the hardware store and the sidewalk there, and I asked for your permission to go forward to find more money to do more sidewalks. Because if we can, stay within budget and still get sidewalks done with help from others, that would be great. So I need a resolution for the tech design and construction grant resolution. For them to go forward. It's actually due tomorrow. So if anybody would like to make a resolution to go forward, you can always get it and say no. It's not like you're signing your life away.
I'll make a resolution for the tap design and construction grant.
Yeah, thank you. We have a second?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Howard.
That's for the east side of 22, correct, from the Red Lake.
This is, no, because
It's already done.
no, this side is the $200,000
Yeah.
grant that we received. Is it was?
Of the east side.
So this is the east side, but also New York State DOT is going to come down through, and they've recommended that, looking at storm drains, looking at curbing, which would go this direction. Because the curbing that goes up from Archibald Street, the water is running right down in there in that storm drain. And also, I don't know how many people have gotten phone calls regarding, Travis probably would know, the storm drain in front of Bob Hunter's house. It's pools right out into the road. So this is a design and grant thing to look at those needs. And then they will actually be in a paper form rather than listening to me, or Michelle. So there's no exact location. It's multi need type stuff. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so, we did this, new 2026 and 2027 website compliance regulations. If you go in and look at the state, you can review what is required to be on the website. So whether it's updated minutes, oh, you've got it. Thank you, Tom. So new requirement for towns to maintain the .gov website. So we were ahead of the curve with that. We have that done. So fortunately, that piece is already completed. We also had the .gov emails, and that's happening. We need the basic municipal information such as hours of operation, elected officials and services provided, the privacy policy, the financial documents, including those related to the most recent annual financial reports, current year budget, most recent independent audit report, and most recent fiscal performance plan or multi-year financial plan as required by state finance law, unless exempt from disclosure under FOIL. Public notices of all municipal elections, public hearings, and public meetings, including regular board or legislative meetings. Agendas, if any, and minutes, and if to the extent required by open meetings law. And legal and regulatory documents, including up-to-date versions of local laws, codes, and resolutions. Notably, towns can provide an active hyperlink to these documents if they are located elsewhere. So this is where we're at. And if every department head can bring your part up to date in the website, I would really appreciate it. And it's legally is what we have to do. So that's that. Any questions on any of that? Okay. Going back to the assessment row, we need a resolution for applications, filing of applications for exemptions by email. Can we have a resolution to give Bobby that ability to have that done and our town people to be able to do that if they can? So the actual official name of it is the electronic filing of applications for exemptions. Simple, simple, simple.
I'll make that resolution.
Thank you.
One second.
Okay, any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Howard, you said yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, the other thing is electronic filing of complaints for administrative review of assessments. that would be by email. Do we have a motion to approve that, please?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Thank you, Howard. And you're gonna second it. You both did good. Thank you. All in favor or any discussion first? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. So it was Howard and then Scott. Okay, Kathy, did you already do the finance transfers and everything that you needed to do?
Yeah, but the only question I want to get is, you keep talking about all these grants, you need to get some kind of spreadsheet that tells us what you've applied for.
Yeah.
What's the town's responsibility, what's we're getting
Yeah.
and where we stand on all these.
I would totally
Make
agree.
it like easier, so that's a good, kind of like this freaking spreadsheets.
I would agree with you totally. That's what we talked about this past week, because I believe that if we have it in a spreadsheet form, we can totally, a lot of times what happens is it's very difficult because you might get multiple payments at one time that comes in through the highway. And it's hard to discern what they're coming in for. So it's important to stay on top of it, and a ledger sheet would be perfect for everybody. So maybe Tom, you and I can work on that.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so the Glens Falls Hospital, if you see people crawling around on top of the building over at the Salem Family Clinic, they're going to be checking the roof. We gave them permission to go and do the assessment on that building. That is occurring. And they're going to start in the next few weeks, and hopefully all this rain doesn't. We'll go from there. Kathy, do you have something to say?
No?
Okay. Thank you. Yes,
Who's responsible for that building? Us? The town?
that's a town building. We own the building, and thankfully, to Howard's persistence, we now get rent. And our rent is up to $14.25 a month. And we also have healthcare with Dr. Rubenstein supporting an awful lot of people in the town of Salem, town of Hebron, Rupert, and surrounding area. So he and his staff really do a good job with people. And there's many people that use them. They're open 2 days a week. And so, but that being said, down the road, potentially that could be a town office. So what I'd like to do, and the town board has worked towards that, is we've got to find out what that building needs. Because that roof on there is easily, gotably close to 30 years old.
They obviously trying to send me on this. My Joe was supervisor, they went to down thousand fire back then. And worked hard and with.
I went up and checked out the roof back when I became town supervisor, and I was not happy then. And I don't know a lot about roofs. No. So it's important to find out. There's also, there's some bowing on the side between that and Bob Beaver's building. They did put concrete structures to look like to hold it in place. And the building's, it's great, but I don't know enough, and I don't know that any of us do, to see what it's gonna cost us to maintain. So we need to have a plan here. Next year, I would like the board to consider if we go into another contract, the money that we bring in on rent, I think should go into a capital plan to maintain that building. At least it's a start. We did not do that this year because we wanted to make sure that our taxes stayed at a minimum. As best we could. As you know, it's not easy. And, but that building is definitely going to need some upgrades. Just in the roof. So there are grants available for things like that. And while it's a medical center, is the time to get the roof done. In my opinion. So, any other questions on that building? It's a big building. you know, we had lots to think about. So anyways, back to you, Howard. Thanks on the pushing that rental contract because that's been a big help. It was a long time ago.
Yep.
So, town office rental contract, okay, I spent another weekend at the office going back and forth, and texting. And, as good as Bobby is at everything that she does, he is a really good mover. But, you know, where we would move to at this point is not something that I don't know that we all have the task of wanting to do that or the budget to do it. So my recommendation is to sign the contract for another year and actually think about a plan as to where we go. And make that probably a priority for 2026. The contract is, did I send it to all of you? No? It is the same as last time. When
Sue, a question on the town office. Is Laura's building still available?
no, she's made it into an office hub.
Okay,
And so that will open up, I think, probably the middle of February. You know, give or take. So the tenant will pay a base rate of, it did increase, 1,240. Wasn't it? 1,225, Kathy? So it's 1,240 is what they're asking per month.
You want one, windows for it? Yeah, it's not today.
What about the heat?
The heat they pay for.
That's good. Gonna keep that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so the heat, I'll read the, clause that I've been bringing around and around.
And how much are we getting from Bunch Halls a month?
Is it 1440 or 1450? 1425? Yeah. Yeah. So water, sewer, and heat, the landlord is responsible for the payment of the following utilities and other charges. Water, sewer, and heat. Electricity will be provided by the landlord until further notice. Landlord will provide 60 days notice in the event of any changes. The commercial space will be heated via a propane heating unit. The landlord will be responsible for plumbing and bathroom fixtures in the event of frozen pipes or other similar occurrences. You know, and that they all signed off. Yep, Mario signed off and Theo signed off.
Supposed to be the main source of heat. They were supposed to leave the furnace hooked up in addition, but they did not.
So,
My
Yeah.
heat tell me that every day.
so the big thing is, Brenda, you brought in the heating unit. There was concern about the electrical panel box and running additional electricity. The electrical panel box now has been totally replaced and it's
Oh, they
200.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh,
My goodness.
no, you have no idea. So that's done.
Okay.
And Scott looked at it for me and I had Bill look at it for me because I like two sets of eyes on everything. So they did a good job.
But they
And,
still didn't add any extra outlets, did they?
No.
No,
Just replace the service, or 200 amp serve.
But I mean, that's something that, I mean, there's lead cords all over the place there. That's,
yeah,
you know, but
You could run another circuit to the computer and maybe
from outlets.
wouldn't be a big deal.
No.
Except they told us no, yeah.
So let me, I got an ongoing text, so let me suggest that. Okay, maybe two, one on either side. And maybe, Bobby, do you have enough outlets in your area? You have a power strip?
I'm expensive.
Me too. I have a. I love it.
I do.
Yeah. So, at this point, what does the town want to do? I mean, everybody ready to move?
We
Somewhere?
need to, well, we need to sign the contract for this year, but.
Right.
We're
Is that a
not choice
motion?
in that, but
Right. Is
yes,
that
that's a motion.
Thank
Sign the contract for the.
Doesn't have to be a whole year.
No, the clause, you have time. No.
No.
No, I think it's 60 days. You have to put 60 days notice.
Should
They
we
signed
have
the
the new
contract.
attorney look it over, Sue?
I don't think so, only because, Dave looked it all over and Dave never found a problem with it. And so you think we should?
I don't
Just
think it would
Except
be a
to-
bad
except-
idea to run it by him before you sign it, especially seeing what problems we had last month.
Okay,
Just my opinion.
right.
Well, it's a very, it all from last year.
So the other thing, Travis, we talked about was the landlord is responsible for ground maintenance, including snow removal, sanding and salting. And, which we also discussed. And did he call you and discuss it with you?
Text. Just
Yeah.
a text.
And did you, the text? Yeah, that's his communication from. And I think he's going to hire Hoagland to do that. Is that,
Yeah, he
did you
was
get that?
supposed to over a month ago.
Yeah. no.
Well, I shoveled it yesterday. To the road.
So what's the-
Elderly people coming in paying taxes to fall on their Keystone Subi down.
Yeah.
What about you?
Hmm?
What about you?
You just say.
I had to get done, it was something.
I'm not-
Remember that?
So,
Met in there, not there yet. Maybe we could find a place with the food pantry, we don't go together.
yeah, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. So what are we gonna do with the lease? Do you want to, you got a motion on the table to sign this lease? And do you want it to go to our new attorney to have him review it?
Does it vary if you look compared to 2 years?
It's the same. It's up to, is it $15? Is that what I said?
$15 increase,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as maybe could you compare the two and then come back next time and put it off till next month and just, if you could compare it, I mean, if it's something you have a question about, yes, give it to the lawyer, but I mean, if it's not that, basically to say, I can't believe they changed the wording much,
There is a late fee for payment.
There was last time.
Yeah.
That's and 60 days anyways, if we get out of it.
Yeah, the tenant will
Then
be
we
given a
should-
grace period of 15 to pay rent before late payments are
then
charged.
I'll stay with.
When's the date due?
This starts on the 1st of
No,
the
I
year.
don't care, when is the rent payment due him, that they have like, or before it rotates around?
It's a grace period of 15, so this lease started on the 1st. And so what you're saying
That's
is,
tomorrow, 15 days.
so
He's not gonna-
waiting to February would be more
Right.
costly.
Yeah.
If this were approved tonight and we sent it, has he charged us a late fee, Kathy? Because we have our meetings the same time. Yes. So in the past, we have not had any late charges.
Oh, just,
Right,
like last month, it's the 22nd.
right.
This is the 14th, and if they're telling you at the mail 10, 15 days,
Well-
we're gonna be later every month.
Well, what I'm saying is this is the same contract as we had last year. Okay, so we have not seen him charge that. He accepts the check that we send when we send it. And then I get 4 phone calls a day saying, where is it? Yeah.
Why don't we change the date on it?
Change the date for what, Howard?
Yeah.
One, you know, make it so that we don't pay it until the 20th or something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just because of
Yeah.
our board meeting, explain it to them that way.
Okay,
Plus the post office.
Yeah,
good. We're talking 20 days. Is that what you're thinking?
I mean, he's still not getting the money.
But the payment date, I think day one, 20.
yeah.
That being done first, and then it's due on the 20th, I
Yeah.
can see if you're.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Okay,
Gives you, your 15 days start to kick in, and.
Yeah.
It's just because he hasn't, doesn't mean you won't.
right. So I'll text him that and see. So, okay, so I will text him to add that to this contract.
So then just sign it with that change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it, Scott?
The clause is if something miraculously happens to do and we can move out of there, we can still go out of
Yeah.
there.
60 days notice.
Not to see it happening, you know.
So the rent, the tenant will pay the base rent on or before the 10th of each of and every month. So we're going to change that to the 20th of each and every month, right? Due to
And I
the, is that
just-
what you're saying?
Yeah, put it just because of, you know, I'd put it to the 20th and just put a note. That's when our board meetings are the third Wednesday or whatever.
Yep, okay. So we got that, okay? Yeah, and so number 12 under rent is the tenant will be given a grace period of 15 days to pay rent before late payment fees are charged. So that would bring you into,
And that part of the next month.
okay? So everybody in agreement with that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, he was gonna say, no, right, yeah.
okay,
Well, yeah, 'cause the
And then,
15 days late brings it into the next month. But if we pay a month ahead, then we should be, don't we pay 2 months at one time, sometime, right now?
okay. So any more questions on this? Okay, all in favor?
I gotta have a second.
Okay.
Oh.
My second, yeah, we did.
Dennis, yeah. Thank you. So it's unanimous. Howard, did you say yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Okey doke. So that's that contract. And, do we have everything? Yes. We're back to public comment. I want to thank everybody for coming. It's appreciated, and, please join us more often, and we're adjourned. The supervisor's report, I'm sorry. So supervisor's report is, just real quickly, there's a lot going on, as you can tell, with moving parts in Salem. We're also doing a lot at the county level. I had 2 meetings there today. One reviewing policy for cybersecurity, and how we are looking at prevention. After what you read about Warren County and what happened with vendor risk and how that is looked at, you know, change of address, vendor discrepancies. And so we were creating policies in Washington County to help protect and, you know, secure more things. Kathy is going through working with the ACH and the bank and has been doing that fairly well. The county's also is doing that. It's just a new awareness of what you click on or what you know, the phishing or the social engagement on, you know, with your finances. So we can always have someone come in and talk to us about that if you'd like. I don't think it's a bad idea. You're probably a pro at it already, Tom. Cybersecurity awareness. But it's an ever-changing environment and it's a lot of money when you're talking, I think it was 3 million, that they, you know, we can't afford that. So that was one thing. And the other supervisor's report is that, I started my 2026 chairmanships. I'm on different ones. So for me, it's this year I'm chairman of the Public Safety Board. So I'm actually trying to go and I've been on the committee before, so it's not a big lift, but I like to get in and meet the frontline people that do the work all the time. And so we had lunch down at the Salem substation to meet everybody, and it was a wonderful afternoon. They are just a super bunch of people, and they really appreciated the salad and lasagna and food, and somebody just saying thank you. Those community endeavors matter. So while you're volunteering and you're out and about, remember to be respectful and kind and appreciate what people do. Make sure they understand they have the value that they give back to us. It's really important. So that's about it. And if anybody else has anything, I'll adjourn. Okay.
I have one thing.
Okay.
I know, I always.
We're not adjourned yet. Brenda has one thing.
Just
Who
one.
would we contact about the traffic light in Salem during school hours?
Mhm.
North and southbound allows 2 cars to go through morning and afternoon. Especially when the kids are crossing, they touch the button and they cross. East and west is like minutes and minutes and minutes. And the traffic is building up, like this morning it was almost towards the town office. That's how far back up it was. Because it's only allowing like two,
Two
of
cars.
course, everybody's turning left to go to school.
Yeah.
But it's only allowing like 2 cars to go through.
Okay. So we need to change the dynamics on the,
Yeah, but it doesn't ever seem to happen any other time than those 2 particular times.
so what time would you say? Is it?
Sensor, right, it's sensors on car.
Right, but east and west always, it just keeps going, but if there's traffic going north and south, it should do the same thing, and it doesn't.
I'm wondering if it's more sensitive to the east and west, because it's like you pull up east and west, that will go. I mean, during the day, like when I.
During the day, right, but during the 2 school times, like to turn left, because I pick kids up from the north, I drive bus to schools, and you try to turn left, all the other parents are in front of you, and we start to go, and there's 2 cars, and then it turns red, like yellow and red immediately.
Like longer than the sensor.
Right, and it needs, like, this is, north and south is typically busier than east and west.
So what time in particular, you're talking is,
I'm gonna say whenever the kids start walking to school, so 7:30.
so in the morning you're talking about?
Yep,
Yeah.
and at the 2:30 dismissal, and the kids cross. And then east and west goes first, and it's like a lot of traffic, and there's sometimes.
Maybe the sensor's messed up, could be.
Right, the timing is just off.
So Brenda, it's 7:30 to 8:30, 2:30 to 3:30?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And so, let me start with reaching out to New York State DOT and see if they can change the timing.
Yeah, and they may not be able to.
How many cars do you want to go through at once?
Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, me.
Just wondering.
Forget about everybody.
Yeah, don't know. But, yeah, if it would just be more than 2 cars, yeah.
I just texted him, Brenda.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. How many cars are you allowing through, Travis?
It's not, I noticed it the other day, but then when I timed it, it was fine. I think it's something in the programming got messed up there last week. Because Saturday morning, only 1 car could get through, and that was with nobody turning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Because I pulled out I live next door, I
Yeah.
pulled out of my house, sat at the light for 5 full minutes. Decided to go around and then made it to this light and turned before the people over on West Broadway even got to go through the light, like,
Okay.
yeah.
There's something not,
Something off.
right.
Yeah, there was like, I stopped to wondered if I should run the red light, so I was the only car.
Right. No other words, I was like, it's not registering that I'm even here.
Well, she didn't because she
I didn't say, I'm like, but I think really, it didn't turn until another vehicle. came from another direction.
Remember you said that, but like, I sat out there all night for 15 minutes after a meeting, but it's because I'm beyond where the white line is.
I love that, I was like, I think
Speeding when I fall.
So Travis,
Yes,
you're gonna let me know or let Brenda know when she can.
they'll just call down to Albany. It's a totally different department. And they'll come up. They'll call Signal. They're out of Albany.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Okay,
Yep.
so if there's no other, we're gonna adjourn this meeting and we're gonna close this out and go to Bancroft Trust. You ready?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
To adjourn the meeting.
Yes.
Second, Howard second. Scott second.
Yep.
Aye.
Night, everybody. Stay healthy.
We forgot to appoint Ken Dana.
Time,
Oh,
please.
yeah.
7:25.
Irrelevant.
7:25.
Did you see what the state just did? No. Side by side. Absolutely no track of value. Well, you can track some. That's no trail. So I think I just took the limit down of sale about trying to.
It's nobody else can go on.
No, for side by side.
Yeah.
Put it back, take the wheels off.
Yeah.
I talked to Tom about 2 months ago. New Hampshire. Up there in New Hampshire.